Yo, it's your boy. We're looking at deck profile today. This one is by the lovely Duelist Wave. He comments on a lot of my videos and he's a really cool guy. So let's look at the video.
Two Dark Magicians.
Good start. I have watched this
One
already.
Red Eyes, Black Dragon.
Ah yes, my video lagged. But you get it.
One Dark Magician Girl.
Gotta play the woman. Mana or DMG. Gotta play one of them.
Three Magician Souls.
Whoa, the money card.
And three Magician's Rock.
Hell yeah.
One Dogmatika, Flutarellis.
So, you should probably play Fleur-de-Lis. Even if you're not playing Dark Magician Dogmatika, if you're just playing pure Dark Magician, try out a Fleur, because you can send it off Magician Souls when you've already sent DMG and DM. It doesn't happen all the times, but sometimes it's nice to just send so you can summon Souls or then pick to summon Dark Magician. It just gives you another target in the deck, because if you don't actually know, if Souls runs out of targets, if you have both Dark Magicians and your DMG in the bin, you cannot activate Souls to summon. You need to send a spellcaster that's level 6 or higher. So playing Dogmatika DM's even better because you have a fourth Souls target if you need it. Like, obviously, it doesn't come up every game, but there'll be a couple of games where you're like, damn, wish I could use Souls, and hey, in Dogmatika, you good.
And one Dogmatika Ecclesia.
Oh yeah, she's good. Guys, so many people forget this, but Ecclesia is an extender. Fleur-de-Lis is an extender. They both can help you push for Anaconda or push for game. The crazy thing, Nadir's Servant will add Ecclesia from 1, the deck, 2, the graveyard. Everyone forgets that. Don't be afraid to be a little reckless with Ecclesia. She can take it. She gets added back off Nadir, everything is fine. So just don't forget that interaction. You can summon Rod, link into Artemis, special summon Ecclesia. Don't use the effect on summon, just the effect to summon. Link into Anaconda, go for Anaconda effect. Oh no, they negated it. Slap down your Nadir. Ecclesia comes back. Cool, just do Dogmatika stuff. It's as simple as that.
For hand traps, we have 2 Ash Blossoms and 2 Effect Failings.
2 and 2. I smell Crossout Designator.
1 Followed by the Grave.
I've watched this before, but I forget.
1 Dark Magical Circle.
But those ratios smell like Crossout
1
Designator.
Magician's Salvation.
Yeah, good ratios.
We have Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, and also Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drum.
The best cards. Your 4th copy of Red Eyes Fusion, essentially.
Next is 3 Nadir Servant,
Yeah, baby.
3 Soul Servant,
We got the servants
help
in the
us
chat.
draw cards off of our Dark Magicians and Dark Magician Girl. 3 Crossout Designator,
I'm a genius. I predict the future. What can I say? I definitely didn't
3
watch this before.
Red Eyes Fusion, help us get out Dragoon.
So good. It's the best
1
starter.
Magicalized Fusion,
Yes, double Dragoon.
2 Dogmatika Punishment, 2 Infinite Impermanence,
Punishment's good because you can play it like any
1
ratio. It's
Eternal
good.
Soul, 1 Skill Drain,
Yeah, the skill drain.
and 1 Vidal Schism.
Oh, and the Schism. Cool. So I was playing the Schism at the Extravaganza, and while it made my board stronger in some cases, like it meant opening Red Eyes Fusion and Nadir could actually be played together, it meant away to Anaconda, getting the Dragoon summon, and then playing Nadir still got me somewhere. Because as you know, once Anaconda resolves or Red Eyes Fusion is activated, you cannot use extra deck. So the play is, for those who don't know, you activate Nadir after doing your Dragoon summon, and you send Shadow Alkalone. From there, you add Ecclesia. Shadow Alkalone will trigger on a new chain, and it will add Schism. You then have to put a card from hand to grave. You just put whatever's the least relevant. Doesn't really matter. From there, you set the Schism. On your opponent's turn, you will have a Dark in the grave because you will have Red Eyes from making Dragoon. You're always going to fuse that Red Eyes because you don't need it in there. Oh wait, you need it for Magical Eyes. I lie. You need it for Magical Eyes. So ideally, if you have like Magician Souls in grave, Magician Souls is the best card to get rid of because Rod you want to keep and add back. Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl or Mana, they want to stay there and be draw cards for Soul Servant. So you really don't want to banish any of those, but you do want to banish Magician Souls because it's irrelevant once it hits the grave. I found whenever I made this board, I won. It's like Dragoon Winder. The only way to play around that is like droplets or one Kaiju and then one way to out the other thing. I mean, Dark Ruler No More is obviously another great option there. But these are typically cards that are cited in games 2 and 3. So if you establish this game 1, you're kind of winning. Not to mention, it's just annoying to break, even with the side deck removal cards. It is a strong board, I'll say that. But the point is, the Schism package is good, but it kind of always felt like a win more. Like, it was a nice option sometimes, don't get me wrong. But in Dark Magician, look, you can see in this list here, which I think this is a great list, but you can just see that by the core of our deck, we have to play 2 Dark Magician at least. Some people want to play 3, yikes. We have to play Red Eyes, and we have to play Dark Magician Girl, or Mana, or Mahad, whatever you want to play. Like, none of them are that great. None of them are really better than one another. You could probably argue DMG has more support, so play her. But I also like Mana because she can summon herself when a spellcast is targeted. Some people could probably make an argument for Mahad. I don't know, like, if the meta's heavy on dark monsters, you can stack Mahad with Soul Servant and draw it. Like, it's a funny card. But the point is, all the options for the draw 2 off Soul Servant are pretty bad. So just have fun and pick what you like. But anyway, getting back to Schism. Schism's our 5th brick. So you can see that at least the other cards are part of our core and part of our engine requirement. So they're bricks that are mandatory, basically. While Schism's a tech that's a brick. We don't really want tech bricks. I've taken it out of my list, to say the least. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's powerful, it's strong, it's meta relevant. Like, it's pretty much a lot of things we need, but compared to like the Striker engine, where both the Striker cards are never really bricks unless you open both of them, or unless you open drones and then see engage later, or like if you're not playing Eagle Booster in that scenario. I'm playing Eagle Booster now, by the way, and I do rate it. I think it's very good. But in this build, you have Cross Out Designator, so you probably don't need it as much. But anyway, the point is, I really want our tech cards in Dark Magician, like our tech engines and all that jazz, like hand traps and what. I think they need to be doing a lot. Otherwise, like, what are we doing? Dark Magician doesn't do a lot on its own. So I really like playing stuff like the Dogmatika engine, the Striker package, and hand traps that are strong, like Nibiru. Like, I do like Ash, don't get me wrong, but it's really weak when you compare it to something like Nibiru. You really need big, game-changing hand traps in Dark Magician, or we're just gonna lose. So, yeah, anyway, that's my Schism rant. Let's move on.
Anacondas. I have 2 in the extra deck.
2 Anaconda good.
To summon...
Me like. 2 Dragoon. 2 Dragoon good.
Before you switch to the Link Spider, you must change from Pagari to Kaina to give you the Link marker. You then summon the Link Spider to the Link marker that Kaina is pointing to.
Matt made a good point of playing Link Karibo instead of Link Spider. And I've been doing that. I'm still playing Link Spider because it's just good. But yeah, you guys can try it out too. It's not the biggest deal, but there's a little interaction with Souls where it's really relevant. And it's just like Souls, when you send 2 cards and try to draw 2 and they chain like Imperm or Velo, you can chain Link Karibo and Grave and swap it out and you still get the draws. It's niche, but we've got the extra X space, I think, for now. And like, I'm trying it out and it's cute. And Link Karibo is just cute sometimes when you brick and whatnot. Or in time. In time, it can be very nice.
2 Elder Entity Natis.
I'm playing 2. I like it at 2. I finally got my 2nd copy.
And
thank you, Blake.
Titaniclad, the Ash Dragon.
Yep. Ash Dragon sets up Dogma stuff, so you gotta play it. It's a good card.
Celine, the Queen of Master Magicians.
She revives Dragoon.
when she's link summoned a link 3, if you have 3 spells in the graveyard, you can give it 3 spell counters. You can remove those 3 spell counters to special.
I just realized something is really random and niche, but I used to look nearly like this guy a couple of years ago. I used to have long hair, a long beard, and a flannel. But I didn't rock it anywhere near as cool as him. Hold on, I'll show you. Yep. It was a mistake. I don't rock it as good as this guy. Another pick to prove that. I just wore a red flannel all the time, and like, he's reminding me of a young LOZA, except this guy seems way cooler than me. Anyway, I'll let you keep going.
Summon a spellcaster from the graveyard, and that can include Dragoon, Dark Magician, Souls, Rod.
Super good.
Either of your Dogmatika monsters.
Yeah. Celine,
if you were able to use your Schism and get out your Winda,
I haven't even
you'd
thought
be
about
able
that.
to summon it because it's a spellcaster.
You would be able to summon Winda because you properly summoned
El
it through
Shaddal
Schism.
Winda and El Shaddal App Cologne as well in the extra
I
deck.
haven't thought about that.
So what you're going to do is you're going to
Probably doesn't come up
send
much, but still.
App Cologne to the graveyard from Nadir Servant. I also have Artemis.
Yes!
You can use
Yes!
Artemis to recycle
King!
your Magician's Rod to help you search.
Man knows.
And
his
finally, we have Access Code Talker. So what you're going to do is
Please.
you're going to...
Alright, I've just skipped to the side deck because I want to point out some really awesome things. Cosmic and Harpies, good cards. You always need them in case there's cheeky Mystic Minds and just other back row decks. Like hitting certain cards with Cosmic is so good. Like hitting Trap Brigade Revolt. While they still get to activate it, you're at least forcing it out and then you don't have to play around the Omen. It also is really good into Schism against other Dark Magician decks. Honestly, this card is just universally a great removal card against Mystic Mine as well. They could Prohibition calling it, but what you gonna do? Duster, you played a 1. It's a blowout card. Here's what's awesome. Lancia in Dark Magician is good for a number of reasons. One is this hits Flundereeze right now, and Flundereeze is really annoying. This hits a bunch of other decks too. This can like beat in Invoked variants. This can beat Infernoble combo variants. Heaps of decks need to banish. So never be afraid to side Lancia, even if you don't think it's that relevant. Another cool thing about it is, I've mentioned it before, but you can put it in the spell trap zone. Send it off Magician Souls for draws. If you open, like, say, all 3 and you're like, I'm only going to need 1 to 2. Sure, you can do that. It's not the biggest deal, but it's nice to know it's an option in this deck. We got Rivalry here. Rivalry is really good. I would recommend playing Goza in this format just because it beats Sword Soul and it beats Flunders to some degree. Good for just forcing the Flunders to pick one of the water or the winds and stick with it, which can win you the game, I want to say. Whereas against Sword Soul, once they make the token and you flip this bad boy, oh boy, they're pretty screwed. It's pretty funny. And they're locked into Synchro as well. The token exists, I believe. So it's pretty hilarious when you flip Goes on them. So we've got Torrential Tribute here. This is a great card while we're playing Dragoon. It's just an amazing card. You can board wipe. Your opponent can't really play around this card. Like, it's super hard to play around unless they literally just spell trap removal it. Which, in that case, they're a good player. Congratulations, they opened spell trap removal. Ice Dragon's Prison, always going to be a good card to play. Like, never shy away from it. If you don't know what to play, it's a safe card to put in here. And Droll Knockbird's kind of in the same boat. It beats Drytron, which is hanging around a bit too much. It can beat Invoked Dogmatika variants. It just beats a lot of decks, a lot of combo decks, a lot of weird decks that draw a lot. It's good into Dark Magician a little, some of the time. Not all the time, but some of the time. So yeah, don't be afraid to play Droll. Don't be afraid to play Lancia. Always good cards. Obviously, they're a little bit format specific, but you can normally find a lot of good uses for them. And being a spellcaster, if you're playing Quintet Magician, it's another free spellcaster to banish. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, but thanks very much to my man, Duelist Wave. If you would like to, please head over to his channel and subscribe. He plays some Duel Links and a little bit of regular Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can see here with his deck list. So feel free to check out his stuff. He's a really cool dude. I don't have much else to say then. Nice job on the list. I really love to see Artemis, and let's just keep that going. Peace!